Keep listening for more details on how you can get your bills paid, or you can check us out online at KJLHradio.com. And while you're at it, make sure you download the app, because I hope you're not getting ready to walk out the door, going on your walk, going to do whatever you're doing, and missing out what we're giving you on KJLH. Especially when you can download the app for free. How we're doing? Oh, just download the free app from the App Store, or how about the Google Play Store? That's how you catch it while it's hot. And also, I want to make sure that you follow us on all social media at RadioFree KJLH. We on Facebook, we on Twitter, we on Instagram. You can even catch us out on YouTube. And if you want to get me, Dawn Dai personally, follow me at Dawn Dai Speaks. Okay? Now, I told you on the flip side that I'm going to give you some community information that you can use. And I want to announce right now that there is a grocery giveaway today at 10 a.m. Mount Hebron Baptist Church is hosting this grocery giveaway. So pull up at 10219 Southwestern Avenue, okay? And receive a free bag of groceries. This is at 10 a.m. Now, of course, this giveaway is made possible by the Strong Shoulders organization and the council office of Marquise Harris Dawson, because he gonna keep coming in full effect. And then also, as you know, today and every Wednesday, the Eastside Writers Bike Club provides families with free food. So if you want to participate in their grab and go grocery events, know that it's available for everyone in need. And this is thanks to LA Food Bank, Lighthouse for Kids, and Revolution Foods. The Eastside Writers Bike Club is able to provide the meals in Compton and Watts. So pull up. Pull up if you want to volunteer or if you need groceries. The distribution site, it starts at 11:30 a.m. in Watts, and it's located at 1513 East 103rd Street. Or you can check them out in Compton, 2111 West Compton Boulevard. Okay? Now that's at 10 a.m. If you want more information, just to stay abreast, make sure you check out them on email at eastsidebikes@gmail.com. That's eastsidebikes@gmail.com. Now, after you get your pantry together, right? You're like, Dawn, I'm getting fed and I got to make sure I work out. Wink, wink. Keep It 100. Keep It 100, hosted by the one and only Butter. Yes, because that boy's smooth like butter. He's doing his weekly 3-mile club, and it's happening tomorrow on Thursday at Sip and Sonder. Meet them in Inglewood at 108 South Market Street. That's right around the corner from the station. And check them out at Keep It Run 100. Okay, Keep It Run 100. Also, you know, life have you running every which way and every time. Sometimes you might try to slow your mind down. I want to let you know that mental health and support is available to you. The Martin Luther King Jr. Community Healing and Trauma Prevention Center hosts free in-person support groups led by licensed mental health clinicians. These sessions cover topics such as trauma, depression, anxiety, and resiliency. Whatever you're going through, know that they're happening every Wednesday from 2:30 to 4 p.m. They say when you know better, you do better. Now, is you ready to be better? Pull up. 11833 South Wilmington Avenue, okay? Now, if you want some more information, make sure you call 323-568-8732 or email mlkhealingcenter@ph.lacounty.gov. You got it? I don't know about you. We here for a good time, not a long time. We got to make it count. Yeah? Is you ready? All right. Okay. It's about to get real juicy up in here. So, as you recall, at the top of the show and then leading into the break, I said, we're going to have a special guest. My special guest is here. What? Wait, hold on. Look, she ready. I had to use the restroom so bad, so I'm like, let me go to the bathroom. Clearly, somebody was in the women's restroom. Don't think I'm about to pull up in the men's restroom. Come out, and then I bump into all this thigh goodness. This thigh goodness that I'm referring to, her name is Keya Clark, honey.
Hey, everybody.
AKA Supernova.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Oh, Supernova. Hold on, let me read the bio because they like, Dawn, who is this? Who is this? Who is the sister up in here with this love thigh self? Not THY, THIGH.
That's how we coming. That's how we coming.
Coming correct. Coming comfy.
Absolutely. Cozy.
Ooh,
soft.
Soft to touch. Got the beanie on with the brown, with the green. Whoa, and the J's so fresh. Oh my God, I can't even take it.
Oh my goodness.
Vonnie, did you see the nails?
It's appreciated.
So we always do a nail check because Vonnie comes in. Vonnie got her holiday nails. Oh, it's
Fire.
like some fire.
Fire.
Pink. She got the pink. She got the sparkle. What we call
The
this?
chrome.
Chrome. God, don't look at my nails. I need my nails done. Okay. But yours is looking fly with your black and white effects.
Yeah. A little yin yang inspiration.
Oh, right.
Just like to keep it simple with a little boldness.
Anyway, so let me tell you about this guest. I know I'm going off. Come on, Dawn. I'm coming. Okay, listen. So her name is Keya Supernova Clark. She was born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Uptown.
Got some full uptown. Oh, let's talk. Okay. She is a certified personal trainer and wellness coach who specializes in performance enhancement, corrective exercise, weight loss, weight gain, and group training. As a formerly obese trainer, having once weighed over 300 pounds, she understands the necessity of taking a holistic approach to fitness journey and describes it as a transforming from the inside out. In addition to fitness training, Keya started her own clothing line, Black Thighs Apparel, BTMA, which sells all over the country. Yes, RadioFree family and Front Page family, the one and only Keya Clark, Supernova's in the house.
Good morning again, everyone.
I know, I had to do it one more time. I asked Vonnie, I said, Vonnie, do you know what Nova means? She was like, no. I was like, girl, that's like a star out of this world.
Absolutely.
But you a superstar out of this world.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
Born like that.
Catch it while it's high. Good God.
Well, my mom, she planted the seed, and my middle name is Sunshine. So
you know my name is Dawn, and it means the
absolutely.
Girl, you gotta come.
This is divine.
And the fact that I got yellow
okay.
on. Let me let you talk. Go ahead, sis.
And so, yeah, it was. I've always been a light. And this is not me bragging on me, but me saying what other people feel from me.
Excuse me. On the front page, we make room to brag about yourself.
Oh, well, let me flex then. 21.
23.
Can you do stuff?
Hey.
Okay, but nah, so yeah, that's always been me. I've always been who I am. And so, I just felt like Supernova was only right. It just felt right. And this actually, it came from my Twitter handle, which I joined Twitter like 2009. But it was the same concept. I chose Supernova. This was way before the fitness and everything. But I chose that because of who I am, and Sunshine is my middle name. And I was like, okay, let's go with that. And then over the years, I became this person, and it evolved into that. So everything just, everything is connected to everything.
Did your mama say why she chose Sunshine as your middle name?
Yeah, it's my aunt. My aunt had a daughter who died early, my great aunt. And she named me after her. I think that's the story. Is that the story, if you're listening?
Or if you're watching, because
she is.
She has us live on IG. Is this?
That is IG.
Well, tell them what your IG.
My
handle.
Instagram handle is Supa SUPANOVAFIT. And we're live right now. So if y'all want to see
what we doing in
what's going on, you know what I'm saying, how we vibing, log in, follow me.
So you got named after your aunt's daughter who transitioned and fully embracing again. Now you're stepping into your shine.
I've been stepping into it bit by bit my whole life.
Even when you were obese?
Even when. Absolutely.
Ooh, can I challenge you there? Because you know what? I got a thing I got to come, and being someone who has been obese my entire life, I think it is important to celebrate love and celebrate curves, but I have to, just to be honest, at what point, how much love is it if it's impeding on your health? And part of me, it sounds like, Dawn, are you judging? No, I'm talking to myself because these are things that I said to Dawn. So let's make room. Let's make room, right, family? But how much love is it if it's starting to affect your everyday life where you don't feel comfortable taking your pictures? How when I look at your profile, you are focused on the upper part. How when you're always hiding behind somebody, or perhaps your color is black. Can we just be honest?
That's honesty, but that honesty has to start with self. It can't even come from anybody outside. And those are things that we hide behind. A lot of things that I hid behind that I wasn't aware of until after. I never wore shorts. All of my skirts were to my knees because I had great calves. I thought my mama did. Thank you, mama.
Hello, somebody.
You know what I'm saying? And so different
Didn't
things
want
we
the
hide
shorts to
behind.
ride up in your.
You know what I'm saying? My thighs rubbing. They're already dark.
Right.
Because I'm a majorette, and they're literally rubbing as I'm marching.
We said
in
a
the
major
parade.
red.
Yeah, I used to be a majorette.
What the? Oh, a major red. Oh, like
Yeah,
you did.
and so in the parades, my thighs would rub, like burns, physical burns,
And
so,
getting all raw and cut.
and nobody knew that, and so like I never wore shorts unless I absolutely had to, like for gym.
The people see things that people don't really know what to talk about.
But it's a self-awareness key, and it's a process. It's a mental process.
Truly. And I ain't gonna even hold you. I definitely feel that it does start from a place of love, but we got to do some homework real quick.
Absolutely.
All right, let's handle that. I need a cover for her. Because they're usually here, but I know they bring them out. Is that yours? Is that your cover? Can I take that? All right, family. I told you I'm back with my special guest. Her name is Keya Clark. And she's a certified personal trainer. We're talking about her journey from how she released. How much weight have you released?
I don't weigh myself, to be completely honest. But it's been over 100 pounds for sure. And the size that I am now is not the lowest size that I've been since my journey. The lowest I went probably was 2019, and I was in like a 4'6".
So you talking from probably like a 26. Who was your
like
largest?
A 24, 22.
24, 22?
Some. Most 20s though. But definitely in the 20s.
You went to a single digit, sis?
I did. But it was gradual. It was over time. You can look at my post on Instagram. Everything was transparent. I went through this with the people.
I got so many questions that I want to come up. I mean, there's so many, and I'm trying to brace myself. Because I can say, oh, you from New Orleans. Oh, it's the food. But it's like, I want to unpack some more deeper stuff. Because it's like I was telling with Vonnie, I was like, this conversation is going to hit me a little different because I've dealt with weight my entire life. And, there are a few factors that come into play of you not liking yourself, but then realizing that you have to love yourself in order to change because you pay attention to the things that you love and you disregard the things that you don't. And if you are not happy with who you are, it's time to figure out how to change.
Yeah.
And then also, just you sharing right now of how, hey, Dawn, I was at a 22, 24, went down to a 4'6". Do you deal with the burden of thinking that you will gain the weight again?
Once, at one point, I did.
So that's no more.
Not anymore. Not today. But I have been there. It's this one picture. I'll show it to you after we're done. And I'm in a black and white shirt. And it's probably the largest I've ever been. It's so crazy because when I looked at the video, I didn't even realize it was me. And that scared me to my core at the moment. And I was like, wow. I can't go there again. Like, I didn't even know I was there. And so, like you said, going through that, being that large, transitioning to being smaller, people, like, how small you gonna get?
Right.
Just like all kind of things that you deal with that people don't think you deal with. But I definitely had that trauma experience where I was like, oh shoot, this is crazy. I didn't even recognize myself. And I saved the picture and I was like, I can't do this again. And I was like, then I thought, well, why do you think, like, you got this? Like, you love this. This is your lifestyle.
Your lifestyle.
That's old.
Who was that girl?
I loved her, though.
Did you? How did you love her and allow her to...
I loved her.
Pardon my words.
From where I was at that point.
What do you mean by that?
So, sometimes life, in hindsight, you realize, like I said, I didn't realize I was being hard on myself by not wearing certain things. So I felt like because I was still very social, I wasn't...
Well, let's back up a little bit. That's fine to talk about her, but we realize that you had to grow into her.
I had to grow into...
who was little Keya in New Orleans? Was food a big thing? I mean, when I think of New Orleans, I think of food in general. I love food. The color, the texture, the flavor, the presentation.
The food in New Orleans is amazing. Little Keya is from the hood, the projects. The vegetables that we ate were overcooked, and they were just there just because. It wasn't, oh, y'all, this is nutrients. This is you need this. We just ate because that's what we had. That's how we learned it. Bottom of the barrel, ingredients not fresh, canned, apples and stuff, the basics. Little Keya didn't know what a mango was. Little Keya didn't know what an avocado was. I didn't know what kale was. And so that played a huge part. I was going to the corner store, getting Swiss rolls, Candy Lady.
What's a Swiss roll? Oh, the
Little
Daddy.
Debbie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Those joints had like 400 calories. But it's just like Candy Lady. We the Candy Lady in the projects. We selling the frozen cups, cold cups, icebergs, whatever. New Orleans, how we do it. Nachos, everything, ice cream. So that's all I see. That's all I know. The grocery stores around me, basics.
What about even at home? Like, I think of me growing up. And one thing, I don't know what it was about, but it was this thing of finish all your food so you become big and strong. It was always finishing your plate. And Keya, do you know I would sit there at times? I don't know why I'm embarrassed. It's my truth. I got to make room for my truth.
Absolutely.
I can't change my
truth.
Right.
We are who we are.
I would stuff myself so much that sometimes I would puke.
Wow.
Why? It was almost like I had something to prove, that I had to eat my food because I had to be strong.
Well, somebody help you feel that way.
And I remember my grandfather, eat your food. Oh, Dawn, you're so strong. Even
generational things.
So what was your thing? Was that a thing for you?
Absolutely not a thing for me. It was a lot of people in that 2-bedroom in the projects. And so food was not always very plentiful. But like I said, they didn't have to say eat all of your food. Like, I was eating all my food. I wasn't overeating the meal, but then like the snacks, the because like I said, so accessible, and without the knowledge, I'm just eating. I'm just doing. Just there. Was always overweight over all of my friends from childhood. You know what I'm saying? Always. Got bullied only in 6th grade, for a little bit, but I don't really even,
I was never bullied. Good. I was pretty much the cool kid. I played all the sports, captain of the sports, but I was still a big girl. Like, people didn't say much, but they were probably thinking it, but I probably hid behind all that.
This bullied everybody, though, so I don't even think it was personal to me. She bullied everybody. And so that's why I say I was always the cool kid, too. Confident, on teams, president.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it didn't affect my confidence in that way.
Right.
But there was stuff hidden that I wasn't aware of, and then that I didn't speak of, like my thighs burning till my skin is off. Mm-hmm. And like just marching. They calling me thunder thighs in the parade.
This is in high school?
This is in high school.
So you were reaching like 300 pounds in high school?
Nah, it wasn't that much in high school. After college is where, but in high school it was 200, and I'm like 7th through 12th grade. I'm saying I'm overweight. I'm larger than most people. Definitely all of my friends. So after college is when I reached my largest, and that's that picture that I told you about, like 2011. It just was out of the park, and I didn't even know it. My friends didn't even know it.
Really? And no one really said anything?
My auntie would, in a trauma-filled way, always,
which doesn't really
since I was younger. Every single, she doesn't even know this. She's not listening either. Love you, TD, though. Every single time I would, like, fluctuate or make a change, she'd be like, oh, girl, you gaining weight. Oh, you're getting fat, you know what I'm saying? And it stuck with me. People probably don't even know that. But it definitely stuck with me. It doesn't bother me now because I'm whole.
Was your mom overweight, or you have any siblings?
Yeah, no. Slim.
So it's just you.
My older sister, big fine. Yeah.
You said big fine? So that would have to be a certain weight that you carried, another weight other than physical.
Yeah.
What was that like?
And that's funny because I remember like trying to like stand like her and, you know, act like her, like borrow her cell phone and, you know, things like that. But yeah, that's something that I never tapped into actually, that you're bringing that up now. But she always had, you know, the shape.
And where did that leave you?
And I was very much younger than her because my oldest sister is like 52. I'm 37. So I was very much younger than her. So I didn't really know how to navigate those feelings, and didn't really put too much emphasis on them. But you know, we understand things differently as you grow, as you get older, as you understand yourself more.
That's a lot of grace that you've given yourself. I mean, to
Absolutely.
have this realization in your 20s, because there's things that I didn't even realize. And similar to what you were saying, like, I tell people often that I didn't really step into me, you know, receiving myself as attractive or seeing that way. I hid behind my work. I had my work to say that Dawn was dope and that I was athletic, and then my personality. So I didn't realize that. And my mother and my sister, neither of them were overweight. My mother didn't get overweight until later in life, but they were the type of people that you stop cars, like they're breaking necks. They're taking the basket, you know,
Yeah.
And me, whatever reason, I hid whatever behind the food. I don't know what it was, but I just think of when, I don't know. I was never a girly girl. I was always a tomboy, but I'm just thinking of what you're saying of what that could have looked like when it comes down to dating. When everybody had the matching outfits and you couldn't wear that.
Yeah. It's funny you said that because I've been in a size. In 7th grade, I was shopping at like New York and Company.
That looking like a grown little woman, and it's
in a size 10.
And then doggone shoulder pads. God, dog.
Growing up before high school, I wore like a lot of heel figure, Nauticas, like Jabot jeans,
yes.
Soldier Reeboks, and so like.
But you were Boss?
No,
okay.
We did. Well, it wasn't that popular
okay.
down there at that time. And this is what the people was coming to the door with too. But yeah, so and I think my last memory of wearing like shorts, I probably was like 11, 12 or something. After that, wasn't happening.
Really?
Yeah.
But then when I think of majorettes, they have on a leotard and tights, right?
That's what I'm saying. And what's crazy is I don't know where I got that confidence from.
Maybe because you were performing and you're on.
And I was just in the zone. I always wanted to be a majorette since I was in 2nd grade. And so I think it just was like one of those things where my desire was much stronger. Because I questioned that a lot. And I was like, I don't know where that came from. And I was thugging it. Like, that is not comfortable. Do you know how long parades are in New Orleans?
I was about to be a flag girl for 2 seconds, but nah.
And you back to back to back. And so, yeah, it was crazy. It's crazy. Now that I think about it.
So now that you look at yourself and what you were doing in high school, at what point did you realize, and I don't know why I feel like I'm not supposed to say this word. Is it wrong to say fat? It sounds so derogatory, but...
Here's the thing. Because it's been used for so long in such a negative connotation, it became that way. But now, people are embracing the word.
Why you don't see how you don't even want to say it?
Yeah, it's one of those things where, and skinny is the same way. People hate being called actually slim people. Like, that's skinny. That's not, oh, girl, you skinny. When people was telling me that, I felt played.
You felt played?
I felt played.
Honey, I don't know.
Calling me skinny?
Shoot. I used to joke like, oh my gosh, you're looking hungry. I'm like, yes, you see that clavicle. That is not a healthy thing. I'm just saying, it was just my truth.
And that's fine, because like I said, we are who we are, and we always have to walk in truth. But those... I think it's like, it depends. But in some cases, yeah.
When did you realize you were fat?
Since I was little.
Somebody told you?
Yeah, the kids would call me fat. But that wasn't no bullying situation. When we would fuss or something, that was the main go-to.
And it's like, well, that ain't nothing. I'd be like, what?
But I knew that. I look around. I've always been larger than all the other kids. So I knew it. I never I remember I would always get called cute, but never beautiful. Pretty, you know what I'm saying? Until I got older.
After you released the weight, or just older in general?
Just older in general. But I remember that. And so that, I felt like my weight had something to do with that at some point in my life.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. I'm talking with Keya Clark, a.k.a. Supernova. Out of this world kind of star. She's talking about how she released over 100 pounds. At one point, this is the weight, 300 pounds, over 300 pounds. How much? What size you wear now? What size you wear?
Right now, I'm in an 8'10".
God, a single digit? Girl, I can't wait.
Yeah.
And so we're going to talk about that. We'll also talk about, the weight that we carry that's more than external. And what it takes to love yourself into the change. And as you hear, Keya has been talking a lot about thighs. And why black thighs matter. And we're going to talk about all that and more. So keep it right here. It's the front page. And I'm Dawn, like the break of day. Right here on Radio Free 102.3 KJLH. We'll be right back.
220.
So, make sure we get right into KJLH.
We are you, baby.
And near
Let's
you,
talk about the action
here's what's happening in the streets.
We are taking it to the streets for the annual Kingdom Day Parade.
Yeah, that's who's coming back
On its original day, Monday, January 16th. The theme is America, the last best hope of the world. Join the fun. The King Parade starts at 10 a.m. on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Visit KingdomDayParade.com for more info and see you January 16th for this family affair with Radio Free 102.3 KJLH.
Hey, it's Steve Harvey, y'all. Here's what happened on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Y'all, listen to me. Worrying about tomorrow does nothing, because when it gets here, it's usually not what you thought it was going to be anyway. And nor could you do anything about it. Your mind is not geared to worry about the future. It's the present. Get thankful and get grateful for what you have, and it'll cause you to realize
just the
that
that
you are so blessed in so many ways, and whatever else he gives
just the order that's
is
starting
just icing on the cake.
classes.
Weekdays from 6 to 10 on your station. 102.3 Radio Free KJLH.
Hey family, what's up? I'm Lon McHugh. Join me Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Listen, I've got the perfect music for work and play. No matter where you are, the KJLH Radio Free mobile app. I'll keep you informed with what's trending. I'll update your traffic and weather scenes. And when you call, all the fun really jumps on at 520 KJLH.
Are you giving away the
No. It's like, okay, bye. So yeah, make it a plan with me, Ron McHugh, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. right here on Radio Free 102.3 KJLH.
What's up,
30.
Southern California? This is Guy Black. I'd love for you to join me every Saturday from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. We have all the fun. We play all your favorite throwbacks. And at 11 a.m., it's Guy Black's Battle Royale. I don't care who wins the battle. I just want to play all this good music. I'm loving your show, Guy Black. And I appreciate you. Join me Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Stand by.
I love you, and I love my job.
God Black Show.
You're listening to The Front Page with Dawn Day on Radio Free 102.3 K.
I just can't get enough of it. After being away from that week, honey, and every time they say you listen to Front Page with Dawn Day, I just start teasing. Well, I want to give you something that you can be smiling about. I want you to meet Radio Free 102.3 KJLH in the streets at the annual Kingdom Day Parade. Yeah, it's back on the original day, Monday, January 16th, and the theme is America, the last best hope of the world. So don't miss this cultural event. The King Parade starts at 10 a.m. on MLK Boulevard at Western Avenue. So check out all of the floats, live entertainment, and so much more. Visit KingdomDayParade.com for more info, and we'll see you January 16th for this family affair with Radio Free 102.3 KJLH. Catch it while it's hot. Now, I told you before the break, I have a very special guest in here in the studio. Her name is Keya Clark. Keya Supernova Clark. Born and raised from New Orleans, once weighed over 300 pounds, has lost over 100. That means that at one point, she wore a size 22, 24. This sister is sitting in front of me, wearing a size 8, 10. Catch it while it's hot. Now, I asked her before the break, I said, girl, when did you realize that you were fat? Now, we were both on the fence about the term fat because at one point it was such a derogatory term, especially when you're learning to embrace yourself.
Yeah.
But now we're looking at it differently. But the fact of the matter, at what point did you realize, hey, it's time for me to get on this journey of weight loss?
So it's funny that you asked that because it was never like that. Interesting enough. So I remember my high school sweetheart, he used to try to get me to work out. It did not work. So fast forward after college, I'm back home. I meet these new friends. They're super fit, athletic. We work out a couple times. That stopped. Come the new year, 2012, 13, at the church I was going to at the time, they do a Daniel fast every year. I never done the fast for the 5-6 years I was with the church. So this year, the thought's like, oh, I'll do the fast. So it's basically vegan when I didn't know what vegan was. And I did it. And so 2 weeks into the fast, I went to one of my homeboys' houses, and he was like, girl, your neck getting small. And I was like, just from eating right? What? You lying. So as sitting on his sofa, I'm thinking in my head, I was like, oh, I wonder what'll happen if I start working out. That's literally how I started. I started working out at home, jumping rope, because I've always loved rope since double dutch since a child. So I did what I knew. I jumped rope. I ran my stairs, did a few squats, very simple things. And then I started to like Google, add stuff to the repertoire, do more. I didn't join the gym till probably like 7, 8 months into my journey.
So you took it step by step.
Absolutely.
They say inch by inch, life's a cinch. Yard by yard, life is hard. And you said, Dawn.
Brick by brick.
Hey, catch it. You said, I did what I knew.
I did what I knew. I kept it simple. That's all you got to do.
But I feel like that certain people have different thoughts and beliefs that impact our health of maybe this is not for me, or I'm too big to get started, or don't want to go to the gym to be embarrassed. What do you say to those type of people?
So everything isn't for everyone, but there are so many things that you can do. Movement in general. So I just tell those type of people to find what works for them. You can, nowadays, things are so free and everywhere. YouTube, you can start at home, literally sitting in a chair. And so I just try to tell people to start from where they are. Going to the gym can be very intimidating. I do not discredit those people at all. I don't
discredit anyone. It's so interesting.
Anyone.
You go to the gym to get your body in shape, and half the time you're too embarrassed to get in there.
But then, so that comes from inside, because that's a you thing. That's a you thing. That's a you thing.
What you mean by that?
How you feel that people feel about you is a you thing. So you're in your head about
gotta be scratching my head.
People looking at me. People are judging me. I'm not fit. You're really telling yourself, I don't look good enough to be in the gym, or I'm not fit enough to be in the gym when you're in the gym to get fit.
Right.
So it's just like, it's a revolving door, and you have to, everything starts from the inside. So you have to tell yourself, and you have to realize, I'm doing this for me. I'm here. I'm on this journey, and my only competition is me. Like, my only competition is me.
So did you release your weight naturally? And what I mean by that, did you have any external support, whether in type of surgeries or anything like that?
No. Absolutely not. I don't even have any money for surgery. No surgery. All natural. Inch by inch.
Now, we're not judging anyone that
absolutely.
Because you have to do what works for you and your capacity.
What works for you. Even with surgery, I preach inside out. True happiness. That's on you. If you have to go what's inside and
whatever's going to get you ignited to go.
Whatever gets you ignited. I don't step on any toes. But me personally, I did not. It was literally inch by inch.
Were you hungry? I didn't even try to do the Daniel fast.
I was hungry. No, I was hungry on that Daniel fast. That was a shock, a complete shock to my body.
But you chose yourself.
I chose that though. So when I love myself. When you choose it, I was ready.
What does that mean to be ready?
I was ready.
Because I say that oftentimes. We ask for things and not understanding or knowing if we have the capacity. And
so being ready, showing that you're being ready means going into things, even if it seems like something that may be tough or something that you may not normally prioritize to do, like a Daniel fast. That was tough from where I was, but I was ready for it. So I went into it like, okay, this is how I can mix up my meals. This is how I can make it better. Okay, I'm gonna have fun with this. So when you have fun with it and don't treat it as a burden or somebody's have a gun to my head and I'm making me do this. When you don't have that aspect, then you're ready.
It just reminds me back of how you have to love yourself into that change, because when you love, you're going to find the enjoyment. You're going to make peace with it. You're going to take time to figure it out.
Everything in life, especially today that I do, that's the requirement. I don't care if it's work. Am I enjoying it? Not right now? I can't do it right now. I got to be aligned. I got to be inspired. So it's always, everything that I do is about the enjoyment.
And it's getting out of what you're comfortable with. Because you're comfortable is what you know, but if you're asking to be great, this is a quote that I say to myself, you have to do things that great people do.
Expansion.
And great people do things that everyday people don't do.
And so expansion is inevitable. You're gonna expand anyway.
What's this on your hand? Why do you have surrender?
This is surrender. Surrender. I got this tattoo when I moved to LA I got it probably like 6-7 months ago, but I got it when I moved here. And this reminds me every day to try to not be in control of every single thing. You have to allow, like your desires are going to come regardless, because you're living life. You're going through contrast. You're figuring out what you want and what you don't want.
You're getting your game.
You know what I'm saying? And so you don't have to know every single step. You don't have to know how everything is going to play out play by play. And this tattoo reminds me to just allow the universe and God to do that part.
Okay, so I can imagine, just as the place that you're in, the space that you're in, and surrendering, you teach classes with clients who are probably working on figuring out themselves.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of things that they have to unconform themselves with, of what they're used to doing and what they couldn't do, and willing them into what they can do. Can you talk about yourself as a certified personal trainer, as a coach, your classes?
So, one thing I think that sets me apart and that draws my clients to me is because of my journey that I come from. I can relate.
You real.
I'm real. I can relate to certain things, and so I really do. All of my clients that come to me, as long as I'm in a aligned space, they're aligning with, the beliefs. They understand the process, and just going from the inside out. And so, because my journey has been what it's been, self-taught. I didn't have a trainer at all. Once I started training in 2015, let me back up. So I started my journey. I was posting things on social media, Instagram, Facebook, just hoping people would be inspired. As I learned, I gave the information out. I'm talking about food pyramid, deserts, research, like not just on the fitness side. We're not just doing punches. So we're learning the systemic problems in this as well.
Which is huge. I was talking
huge.
to producer Vonnie over at Hubert Humphrey. It's a community, do we say community wellness clinic. And you go on there to the doctor to get some support. And if you wanted to feed yourself, the very thing that will get you in the clinic is everything outside with the food or lack thereof food sources.
Absolutely. So once that happened and people started to see my change, they were like, okay, what you doing? So people that knew me started asking me to train them. So the first person that asked me to train them was my barber. I had a head full of hair. I just have the top now. I found him on Instagram randomly.
Why you got the hat on? I can't see it? Okay.
No, because my hair not cut.
Right,
Stop playing. Stop playing. Come get a haircut tomorrow. All right. So, found him on Instagram randomly in 2014. I'm halfway through my journey, like 1 year in at this point. 2015, he says, I want you to train me. I said, in what? He said, girl, like fitness. I said, I don't train people. I just post stuff, on Instagram and hope they're inspired. These are my exact words.
Now, this Instagram is at Supernova Fit.
Yes, it is. It is. So go see. The proof is in the pudding. Yeah.
Novafit.
That's it.
All right.
And so he was like, well, I'm inspired. So what's up? Wow. This is how this conversation went. I was like,
sunshine.
Okay, well, let's do it. So before that, I heard something from TD Jakes or something. My boyfriend had sent it to me about your dreams and more. And so I was just like, God, is this you? Like, is this it? I don't know. But every step I took was confirmation after confirmation, after confirmation after confirmation. And so I just kept stepping. And that's how I started training. Now, I got certified because I was like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to really do this. And I don't like to, not know things and, not do things right. And this is serious. This is people's lives that we're talking about.
Literally.
So I got certified through NASM. Just a general certification. And then I went and got another certification and another. And that's really how it started. It wasn't like, oh my God, I'm fat, I need to do something. This was divine.
Did you ever cry at times over your weight? Like, was it ever a thing? I didn't focus on it, but there have times where I actually did not go out because I didn't have anything to wear. And it wasn't until I was aware of stores that catered to plus size women that I began to dress. I always had a style, but I never felt comfortable.
So speaking of stores, when Torrid came out, I was
everything.
I was like, okay, Torrid, let's go. But like I said, when I was in high school and stuff, younger, 12, 13, I'm shopping in adult stores.
See, Torrid was a challenge for me.
I never made it Baby Gap Limited to straight jumps over all
or
that.
even just the teenage moment where you had the size 11,
right?
The
missed
9.
All that, no juniors, no juniors.
It was straight from what was it, Little Missy? I don't know. We got a phone call. Let's take a phone call. We're talking about weight, and not only the physical weight, but also the emotional weight can be held. So if you maybe want to comment, you can call us in the studio. 520-5554, 520-KJLH. We have Keya Clark, a.k.a. Supernova. And Honest is on the line. Great morning, Honest.
Good morning. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Congratulations to you. Absolutely. Oh, thank you. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's all about you.
Thank you so much
Thank you
for
for
sharing,
calling in.
honest. I was just thinking myself, I was at one point 254 and I'm 5'5", and this was
Yeah.
like as recent as 2017, 2018. But thank you for your transparency, honest. You be blessed. Yo,
And
and I'm 5'5".
it weighs a toll. And growing up, when people talked about weight loss, it was never about health.
It was to look good, yeah.
It was the look. So that's another thing. You're not telling me why this is important.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that didn't get me. Maybe me knowing that I might die from what I'm putting in my body. And then as I got more deeper into my journey and self-aware, I noticed that it all works together. What you're eating, what you're watching, what you're listening to, who you're hanging with.
Come on.
What you're feeding yourself, just in every area, it all works together and all matters. And so it had to change. And I did get to a point to where I was like, but this was after I was like, yeah, at the point I was going, I definitely would have been on medication. And I'm such a rebel.
Really?
Because my eating habits from growing up, completely terrible. Just like, I really don't, I know God, but it's like, I'm surprised that, like, I caught it.
Yeah, right.
You know, I caught it. And so, but like I said, when growing up, it wasn't about that. It was like, oh, look like this, because that's the look.
Right, and I can only imagine, like you were saying, the pressures when you got your sister in there looking finer than wine. And
then even as a majorette, like, all the other girls, like, smaller in their
and they
leotards and
dancing
stuff.
and all the...
And so, but I'm shining, because that's just who I am. But they didn't have those same woes. You know what I'm saying?
And I think it's so important that we address exactly what those woes look like and what they can feel like and the toll. Because even though we're talking about releasing weight, you know, it is important to think about the food and what that is doing inside of your body. You know, especially when we talk about, like, a lot of African American women who deal with fibroids, even myself, and a lot of that has to do with the food.
Absolutely.
And the stress. What are you carrying?
Everything has to do with it.
I always say that, you know, you were just speaking, and just like Honest was saying about being mindful about who's around you. There's something that I've said before, is that you have to treat certain people and things like you have a white outfit on. And what that means is you don't allow everything to get too close to you.
I'm such a vibrational snob. I will cut a show off if it makes me feel a way that I do not want to feel. Really? I'm a snob. I'm such a snob on what I watch, like what I listen to. Like, I really, really am. If I feel like it's affecting or triggering anything and making me feel a way that I don't want to feel, that's not conducive to my alignment, to me being happy.
Come on.
It gotta go.
I have to work on that, honestly, because I'll entertain it for a bit.
A TV show or whatever it is, I don't care what it is, it gotta go. People laugh at me. I ain't watching it.
Right, but you gotta protect yourself.
Absolutely.
So, for somebody that's interested, tell us a bit about your classes that you offer.
Oh man, my classes. So I started class in New Orleans on Saturdays mainly, sometimes during the week, about an hour long. I offer free classes because I didn't want money to be a barrier for someone who wanted to come train with someone who was certified and knew what they were doing. Classes are super, super fun.
Can people in LA do your classes?
Yes, I started doing classes in LA as well. So on the weekends, I was going to different parks, MacArthur. We started out at Echo. I've done a few other ones. I'm still new, so I can't really remember them all. But yeah, I started doing classes here as well. I personal train here for sure, and then I started doing group classes as well. So those will be coming back up soon as the weather gets a little bit better, because I don't have a facility yet. So we were just doing things in the park.
Okay.
But classes are mainly like trap, hip hop based. That's all we doing. Our bounce music, because we gotta bring
even
the
your
New
cadence
Orleans
when
in
she
there.
came in here talking, she was like, Dawn, I was about to say you from the East Coast or what? You know, do I need to pull
A
up?
lot of people ask me if I'm from the East Coast.
Even when she talking with her hands, I was like, what is this surrender on your hands? He was like, no.
Big talker with my hands.
Right.
It's probably a New Orleans thing, but
Yeah, baby.
but yeah, yeah, baby. But yeah, so classes normally an hour start at 9:30, 10 o'clock. Bounce hip hop music is super fun. Modifications for anybody who needs it. Everybody is welcome. It's kid friendly. We have a great time. We dancing in between. We're making it fun because, again, it's about fun.
And it's about being all inclusive.
It's
so
about-
people shouldn't have to feel like they're being
At
judged.
all. If you want, listen, I have something for everybody to do. I can break it all the way down because where I came from. So I understand.
Come
I'm not going
on.
to be like, no, you got to do this way.
No.
I'm going to show
'Cause
you how
even
to
if
do it your
physically,
way.
It's just emotionally, you got to
Yeah,
even
you
get
have
the
to-
idea of I'm pulling myself up. Oh my gosh,
This
I'm
is
pushing
something-
resistance. I haven't felt this before.
Like, that was something on my journey that I fell in love with, because as the person that large, I couldn't even cross my legs comfortably.
Come on, talk about even
Like, I
crossing
can't even
your
sit
dang
comfortably.
on
You know what I'm
leg.
saying?
I just
And
got
so
to the point I can cross
It's
my legs.
it's small things
comfortably.
like that people don't think about.
I
that
even
I
thought
was
about cheerleading. I
ecstatic
couldn't close my
about.
legs together.
In college, like, I'm about to fall out the chair
'Cause
because I'm
you on
trying to
your
lean
hip.
on my hip.
Sitting
Yeah,
on your heel.
I'm sitting on my hip to get my leg over, and so it's things like that people don't.
Well,
don't
what
think
about
don't
tying your shoe?
realize.
I never had to do this, but you know when you get somebody to throw that foot on that knee, honey. Throw that foot on that knee and tie that in the corner of that foot.
Yeah.
So when you see that shoe in the inside, that's where your little bunny ears at. God, dog.
But yeah, classes are definitely all inclusive. I don't care if you can only sit in a chair.
But people, okay, so not only does it help you physically, but working out helps you emotionally. It releases endorphins, right?
It's my therapy for sure. Shout out to therapy, first of all. I had a therapist before, actual therapist, so definitely not against that.
Did it help you with releasing the weight?
No,
Okay.
not then. This was after the fact.
Okay.
No, that was all me. That's all me. So I just became just in love with the things that I saw I couldn't do, and it was just such a release and a outlet, because I didn't realize. Now I know. But when you're working out, it's not just about the distraction of working out, like your breaths, because you have to be intentional in breathing.
Right. You gotta know.
And so that's really where it's coming in at.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, you have to be
Because even
intentional with your
meditation,
breath.
your breath control.
Breaths. Everything
When you
is
gotta
about the
relax,
breaths.
you gotta breathe.
Breathe.
Peace, be still. Breathe.
Okay. Yes.
And when you're doing a
So
weight,
that's
you're doing
why it feels the way it feels to people that can lock in and allow it to be that for them.
Oh. I'm marinating, looking at you. I was like, I'm breathing right now. Like.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's all about the
But
breaths.
see, then people be trying to come work out, Keya, and they be saying like, "Oh, well, I'm trying to release weight. I don't want on that muscle. I'm trying to get this fat off of me. I ain't trying to turn this fat into muscle."
When you're working with someone who knows what they're doing and is able to explain, then you can kind of do that. But if you're working with somebody that don't know what they're doing, then, because a lot of people do think, oh, if I lift weights, I'm gonna be muscular. I'm gonna look like a man. But the weights, it helps you get what you want where you want it to go.
Right, and to move it over there
and move it over and shift it and
listen.
You know what I'm saying?
I was talking to Ron over here. He's our general sales manager. I was talking to Ron, and shout out to Tracy. And she's with our KJLH Radio Free Choir. I was talking to them, and I said, you know, working out, I want to be so fine that you want to lick me. Yes, salt, pepper, ketchup.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yes,
I don't care why.
And it's just an embracing of
feel
me.
good,
especially when you live your life for so long of not loving yourself.
Absolutely.
I want you to touch me. I want you to see that I work out. Yes, rub on me.
Yes, give me my flowers.
And it just makes me think like, so we talk about how emotionally it feels good. Then you're physically looking good. Well, when you're physically looking good, you want to put things on you so that makes you look good. Which leads us to you have your own apparel.
I do.
So you went to a point of like, Dawn, I'm not comfortable enough to wear shorts or just comfortable putting these clothings on your body. Now you're making clothing.
Taking up space and being loud about it.
Come on.
loud about it.
Black Thighs Matter.
Black Thighs Matter came a year after Supernova Fit was established. And it came, oddly enough, it came from a friend of mine. I was wearing shorts at the time because I never had wore shorts. My friend, shout out to Ashley Lorraine, she shoots.
Ashley Lorraine?
She got me in front of the camera.
What?
And so I posted those pictures, and my friend was like, okay, black thighs, they matter.
Can I get to them
And
yams?
so, shout out to Tia. A lot of people probably don't know this story. She commented that on one of my Facebook posts. And so I was like, And then my senses, my hustle started coming in.
Come on.
And just I was like, okay, I can make this a thing, because this is me. This is what I stand for. Like, this is who I am. And I don't do anything without purpose. Like, it's never about just money. Because never, ever. And so I was like, ooh, this I got something here.
Got something.
And so I started with 25 black and white t-shirts. Now we're making swimsuits, joggers, hats, bags,
all out of
everything.
loving yourself.
Out of loving yourself. And black men also wear the brand as well. They with it. They support it. And a lot of women holler at them because of it. So they see Black Thighs Matter, and the women like, they sure do. So fellas, don't think it ain't for you either.
What is your side dish looking like?
What is it?
And I really love this. Here's the thing. And I think it's so important that you really go after your dreams and use and do things that excite you. Because you serving yourself allows your overflow to serve others.
So much.
You embracing yourself and finding that joy trickled down to you inspiring your barber that ignited you to do some fitness, that I can only imagine the countless lives. And even as somebody that did not love their thighs, did not love their arms, would not wear shorts, especially if it got to the mid-thigh.
Yeah.
Not even knowing what air. Hold on, slow down. I was even here thinking recently, as of late, and it's so small, but only a larger person can empathize. Of walking down the street, and I feel air between my thighs.
Okay.
I can't call that. I don't know what to say.
It's
just like, is that air there?
Is that you?
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Where have you been all my
Is
life?
that you? No, but it's really
it's
serious.
real.
And to
It's real.
see how that you've taken something that was once probably whatever that burden was, and you created love out of it. It's no difference of what I say, what allows a diamond to shine, are the multitudes of cuts that have been placed within
Absolutely.
it. Well, it started out as that piece of coal. And whatever that judgment of things that you found, the imperfections, you still decided to get in front of that camera, to start that Daniel fast, to push that extra muscle because you loved. And that light, sunshine, just started to ricochet.
It really did. It really, like, this fitness thing helped me to really step into who I am, because a lot was held back. The people that train with me, what I get from them most is the transformation inside out. Mm-hmm. Is the belief in themselves, is the no limit, like them understanding that the limit is you.
Yo, catch it while it's hot.
You are the only limit. Your beliefs, check those, because what you believe causes you to feel and think a certain way.
How bad do you want it?
So talk to yourself nicely. And so, but most people, and they appreciate also, aside from the stuff that they get internally, they appreciate the integrity that I carry, and my attention to detail and form when I'm training.
Integrity is everything.
Everything.
How you do anything is how you'll do everything. How are you handling yourself?
I never was with the gimmicks. And no disrespect to anybody who does this or have the flat tummy tees, the 1, 2, 3s, the waist trainers, hip thighs, and all of that.
Well,
I was
hold on,
never
sis.
with that.
Making room for transparency. Thank you. I'm gonna be gonna hold you. So I went a couple of times on my bouts with releasing weight. And I guess probably that the other times, that's why I found it back. But what I'll say is that what I did do, it was some type of fat burner that I had taken. Some pill, I forget, a friend had told me about. And for me, at that time, that was my jump start. Do I recommend that? No. That's not something I would subscribe to. But that got me the energy. That got me the jumpstart to get out there. And I was using the waist trainers. And it wasn't until I was talking to my trainer, Latif. Shout out to Latif, OM training. He was like, Dawn, waist trainers don't necessarily work. But for whatever reason, it held me together. And
it meant that's what I'm about to say. So I learned over time, just in a whole nother area in life, that actually just about the emotional scale, and then I transferred it to this. So it's not really good to judge a person from where they are, because what works for them, and you don't know. So say for instance, you see somebody that's angry, and you're like, oh, they need to be nicer, but you don't know that they may have come from depression. And as far as the emotional scale goes, anger is closer to happy than depression is.
Right.
So
at least you got something you fighting towards. You
can't say, because it's like you said, that waist train like mentally did something for you. I personally didn't want to like jump on as a trainer, as somebody that's like putting that out. I never wanted to do it, so I never could suggest it to anybody else. I don't suggest things that I haven't done or experienced or tried. Because my journey was the way it was, just eating right little by little, more and more, working out little by little, more and more, then that's what I prescribed.
So what is your relationship with food like now?
Now, it's like I understand that I can eat what I want. It's just moderation. How much am I eating? Mainly though, I eat vegetables. Like, I love vegetables. But I'm not scared or afraid to eat anything. Now, meat, I'm not a big meat eater. It doesn't really mess me up in my stomach. It comes through my skin. And that's why I might have a little lamb every now and then, but I'm like, nah, because it comes through my skin.
I was just saying, like, I was having a whole breakout moment. Now, I feel like a lot of it comes from dairy. It was a moment I was eating tacos like crazy. That cheese, sour cream, give it to me right now. I'm a
girl cheese.
But no, you're right. And it's like whatever you have to use. If that's your vanity moment, rightfully so, it works. But I know I have to check myself, because if I probably didn't work out like I do now, I know that my diet can be pulled in more. But I know that this conversation, I was just thinking of it, because oftentimes I think, like, in the back of my head, I'm like, yo, like, can I be 100 with you? I don't know if I carry the fear of gaining the weight back. It is a possibility, but I'm in the mode of working out. But I feel like if I ever stopped working out, I would be nervous. It's so much, I don't know. I feel like look, you see I'm getting choked up? You hear this? I don't know. This is Dawn speaking right now. What's today? What is today? Today is January 4th. January 4th at approximately 5:52 a.m. As of right now, because I have been overweight my entire life, I can't get it out. I don't know if I'm excited about being pregnant. Because I feel like I've been pregnant my entire life. And, you know, I remember when Jillian Michaels came out about it, and I don't think this had anything at the time to deal with her sexuality. She was just saying, I don't want to be overweight. And for me, I've been pregnant my entire life. I don't have aspirations, as of now, to have a belly. To be a mother, yes. To have a being that looks like me, yes. If my wife, if that's her, then that's what she's carrying. I'm not carrying. Or we going to get a person.
Yeah.
And
that's okay. So don't feel bad about that.
Yeah, I can't. That's your truth. Yeah.
That's your truth. But that's a thing. And that's not talked about enough.
Come on.
I have thought about it. I'm not going to hold you. I thought about it. It hasn't like weighed on me. I let it go. I released it. But I thought about it. And it's definitely a thing. And not only that, just snapback culture, like, I talk to people, I hear people, babies, they just got pregnant, baby's still in the belly or whatever, and they like, but I'm going to work, but, you know, just so early on worrying about snapping back. And just give yourself grace always.
It's a lot of psychological.
It's so psychological.
And what is grace? Grace is all about just making room.
How can we make
room?
And talking to yourself nicely, being nice to yourself, and understanding that everything is just ongoing. Like, you're never done. Relax.
Relax.
Breathe.
And love on yourself. Love thyself. I
Truly.
freaking love this sweatshirt. It says THIGH.
On the website,
What's the website?
Black BTMA.BigCartel at BigCartel.com. I'm sorry.
Oh.
BTMA at
And
BigCartel.com.
BTMA stands for
Black Lives Matter Apparel.
Please get that. Check it out. Because I love how you use something of loving yourself and change it to something awesome. So if somebody's like, yo, I'm listening to Keya right now, and I'm trying to be out of this world with this supernova, how can they follow up with your classes or to find more information about you?
So definitely follow me on Instagram, Supernova Fit, SUPANOVAFIT. Also, supernovafit.com is the website. If y'all log on today, you might have a little trouble because we're working on something. We're updating some things, but supernovafit.com. Again, BTMA at bigcartel.com for the site. Instagram is Black Lives Matter Apparel. It's all connected.
We outside.
You find me, I'm here. We outside. We out here. We loving ourselves. We taking up space, and we relaxing. We breathing.
Yeah, like
we're good.
I got uptight just sharing that for a second. Let me relax. That was my truth. Okay, so I mean, this is probably so rude. What is this on? Are you gonna tell me what this on the table?
I got gifts.
I'm waiting for you to say something.
Black Lives Matter T-shirts. I didn't know we had more people. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, let me open it up. So
but yeah, long sleeve, maroon and mauve, little number, little fall number. You know what I'm saying? I hope
You see how it's bouncing off my skin color with these blind lines?
Yeah.
I'm looking like a whole snag.
Yeah.
Because somebody about to get these thighs, honey. Salt, pepper, ketchup, pick it up. Can I get a side of greens with a mac and cheese? Can I get to them yams? All right, Keya, it's been a pleasure having you on. Where can people follow you on social media and stuff? I guess we ran it. That's housekeeping. We about to get kicked out. Wait, that face you made like...
But I told y'all at the end, Black Lives Matter Apparel, Supernova Fit on Instagram, Twitter, Supernova Fit.
And how you spell super is SUPANOVA.
And if I can leave y'all with one last thing, please pay attention to your thoughts, because your thoughts determine how you feel, and how you feel determine what you attract. Pay attention to your thoughts. Pay attention to how you feel. Always reach for happier thoughts. Beyond, especially if you're going through something, beyond what you are, because that you want to attract better. So I just wanted to leave that with the people.
Hey, I love that. What are you calling forth in 2023?
Ease, flow, abundance,
yes,
opportunities, alignment over everything.
Over everything. I love that you said abundance is my word for a lifetime.
Absolutely.
I'm expecting exceedingly and beyond, far more than what I could ever imagine, coupled with some love and some vulnerability, because my name is on it.
Period.
Because I'm going to love thyself. Catch it, because it's hot.
Abundance is my birthright.
All right, sunshine. All right, guys. It's about that time. Housekeeping is about to keep me out of the studio. I want to remind you that tomorrow is Tell Me Something Good. Hey. Listen, so you got to hit us up and call us in the studio with good news. If you want anything other than good, you better catch another day part. Because that's not what we serving here on the front page, okay? Get your quotes, get your anthems, get whatever the news that we can use. Also, don't forget to download the free Radio KJLH app, RadioFree KJLH. Make sure you download the Apple iStore as well as the Google Play Store. Also, I want to remind you to follow us on all social media at RadioFree KJLH, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Tell somebody to tell somebody else that the front page is back, and it's hosted by Dawn, like the break of day. Oh, catch it. You know I have a podcast, right? Vitamin D with Dawn Dai. It's available wherever you get your favorite podcast. So these conversations, like with Keya, is extended there. So Keya, I'm gonna have to get you on the podcast. Yes, and she coming on the podcast.
It's happening.
She just said it. So check out some updates on the podcast at Vitamin D Dawn Dai everywhere. And if you want some personal vitamin D, that be me, baby. Check me out on social media at Dawn DAI Speaks. Okay, I can't wait to hear from you. All right, Vonnie, I'm getting out the relax. Vonnie up here giving me the sign. Everybody relax. I gotta go. You know I always say, I'm in the business of making dreams come true. And I damn sure ain't gonna forget about mine. So until next time, always remember, you are your greatest asset.
is The Front Page with Dawn Day on Radio Free 102.3.
How you feel?
So fun. Oh man, this is
Here's what happened on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Y'all, listen to me.
Felt good.
Because when he gets
getting emotional.
not what you thought.
I know. It's because I wasn't sure if you were about to get emotional. I was
In
like,
the beginning, I could tell you were about to cry.
I know.
yeah. I walked in about to cry, so
Thankful and get grateful
thank y'all.
for
Like
what you have.
this journey
And
has
cause
been
you to realize
so
that you
beautiful.
are so blessed in so many ways, and whatever else he gives you is
Look at
just
you.
icing on
Loving
the
on yourself
cake.
got you on the break.
Yeah.
Weekdays from 6 to 10 on your station.
I never thought that I'd be here.
102.3 Radio Free KJLH.
I went to college for communication.
Communicate, nobody.
Absolutely.
We are you, baby.
I went to Southeastern, little college right outside of New Orleans in Hammond.
You like it? Was it a private school?
It wasn't private. It wasn't HBCU either. I liked it though. It was very diverse. I also have a large. I bought 3 different sizes.
I'm trying to get my meeting girl.
I'm just saying,
No,
I like
right.
I like big clothes just because that's what I like. But yeah, I did like it. Just because I had fun. I met my best friends there. And so I did like it. In hindsight, I'm not gonna lie, I probably go for HBCU. But as of now, because nobody went to college and like
Today's show is pretty
I'm the only one. So it was like, okay, what you want to do? But yeah.
Oh, dang, I forgot.
Yeah.
Never.
So you guys have to take pictures? And all that?
Yeah. Oh, you want to sit right here 1 second?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What else? I don't know what have you shirt.
We'll do it regular, then I'll hold the shirt.
Time card.
Thank you, Bobo.
Are you good? Gotta grab some water.
Hi, people. I hope you enjoyed the conversation.
They loved you.
What did they say?
love you. They're like, I love her.
I got my eyes on, y'all.
Y'all make sure y'all follow her.
As Dawn Dai speaks. Oh, yeah, the interview's going to be up if you get to play it back.
Oh, awesome. I'm serious about the podcast.
Oh, does.
Okay.
That's nice. So he probably get the information. So hold up. And we can really
talk.
talk. We can talk. Everybody be like, no, we're going to talk.
really talk.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
But yeah, like, girl, your story resonated, girl. I never.
Look at my first. Hey, Dawn girl.
Hey, girl. Who was that?
That's Ashley
Oh,
Lorraine.
that's Ashley
That's
Lorraine.
the
That's
photographer.
She
She's in New Orleans. But
y'all need to come out to LA.
she that
We
girl.
give God the glory.
She
Hey, Shiny Marie, girl. Is that just Marie? Okay. Oh yeah,
Ashley Lorraine, she do great work. Got work in the Smithsonian, New York Times. That's my
For
girl.
real? So
yeah,
she does
she's-
portraits or like?
Yeah, she's yeah. I can send you her
My
her
life
photography
marvelous.
page.
Everybody so happy. She out here shining.
Love y'all. Okay, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
I know. Oh, I thought that was a dash.
Ain't nobody special.